Devlin McBain here. I have been hearing a lot of silly conjecture about the secession of California from the United States.
My friend.
Which is perhaps the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. But you know what? We're gonna field that, and the parties behind this, the people who assume to speak for the average Californian. And I want to give you an idea about what the average Californian looks like, what the average Californian actually is, and what we think about these people. I hear people often say a lot that Californians hate Texans, Texans hate Californians. No, let me get that dynamic suitably dispelled. Texans hate the Californian government. Californians also hate the Californian government. Californians, by and large, above an 80% mark, mind you, are conservative voters, but we are gerrymandered into subjugation. We are not represented. We'll get into that. Yes, indeed.
A car has been sent. Should be with you soon.
Where are we heading?
Let's see. Let's go over here to the Diamond Casino.
No problem. I got you. Sure thing. Let's go.
Yeah. Aside from my normal rants being somewhat ambiguously aimed at certain things or events that I see happen unjustly, or all too often to be, or are all too often to be coincidental as a marginalization of the human condition ever chugs forward, until they can convince us of the price of our souls or our very lives, while these absolute mongoloid, snake oil, skinflint con artists try to... You know what? Let's just say it. Let's just name some names. Gavin fucking Newsom, the cheat, the liar, the adulteress, the soulless reptile who feasts on the sheer audacity of both hypocrisy and wrongfully and misappropriating state tax fund money for his magical train. This duplicitous moron claims he is on the job while our streets decay to shreds of jagged asphalt, or cities and towns burn like Paradise in LA just recently did, and the insurance they were promised never comes, and he just lets families be ripped apart by his slimy need to be some kind of perceived big shot. Him, Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris, Maxine Waters, these dysgenic freaks who so smugly thirst desperately to dictate their betters to cope with their utter lack of humanity. They all cross an uncanny valley into deeply disturbing intensity in their own right, with the various blatantly punishable things they each have committed yet never ever seem to be held accountable for. But let's not go down that rabbit hole. Fourth, I'm forced to study these rodents closely to make a video to encapsulate the filth they have pushed into their various unwilling constituents. I fully believe I would just get cancer just by the mere conceptualization of just how much human misery this coven of inhuman simian freaks have collectively forced upon us Californian people, to the sheer point of us being afraid to even leave this state, because all of us know that somehow the Los Angeles freak shows and the fucking twunky effete pedophiles in San Francisco, the city with the lisp, and the sneering smug libtard from Sacramento are the ones that seemingly represent our state as a whole and its people. And that's what people think we are, a bunch of child-hungry, cross-dressing, backstabbing, weak beta male smug fem-Nazi cretins. And I'm here to represent the real Californian. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we run this shit. Nothing runs unless we men go and run that shit. Laws don't get enforced unless we real Californians regulate that shit. We real Californians know what fucking bathroom to use, and if we see your cross-dressing ass go into the ladies' room behind our family, we will bounce you on out of that bathroom like you were a goddamn basketball. This isn't the Diamond Resort at all. Really? Yeah, he didn't even bother. He dropped me off close, but did not bother. Let's see. There we go. Let's go over here. Should be a nice long ride. I feel like this is going to be a pretty short video. A lot of it's in my heart, you know. Time flies when you're expressing yourself properly.
We've sent a car. Should be with you soon.
This game is retarded. This game is absolutely retarded. It's embarrassing how dumb these programmers have gotten. How blatantly pugnacious their games are because these people are like this. You know, a lot of these people are in this state. That's why I hate being here. I can't stand these smug, imperious losers.
The cab has been dispatched. It'll be with you soon.
I can't look over there. Or he won't come that way, because at least the game tries to be immersive. And we don't want to hear that.
And we're off.
Anyways. We are not playing anymore with these people. They are not Californians. They are freaks of nature. And we are sick to death of them trying to marginalize us. Lordy, lordy. You know what the funny thing is? They don't start shit around guys like me. I wager it is because I'm not a small female, nor am I old, nor am I a tiny little dipshit, nor am I crippled, nor am I a weakling. Everyone here is so fucking nice. Because they know just by a glance of my 6'4" lug of a male form that I will grab them up off the ground and slap them back down until I feel better about the disrespectful freakishness they all too often hide in their cars and scream about on TikTok. About. If ever I see that in public, that's the promise my presence brings, because I believe in polite society. And they can tell. I don't dress like them. I'm not like them. We are not the same as these scumbags. Real Californians are getting absolutely fed up, and we are collectively a short hair away from getting all these stupid, slimy con artists, insider trading rodents out of our leadership and reclaim this socialist, communist, occupied state back for the sake of our democratic republic, and giving them a good old tar and feathering. Woo! You other states have no clue how much we admire your conservative abilities to see logic and reason, and know you you can see and know social fucking boundaries, politeness. You're considerate in public, because our whore of a government doesn't. They don't understand social boundaries. They're all over us. They're trying to constantly dry hump us. Remember when Gaiman Screwsome hosted the Chinese president in San Francisco and had it finally cleaned up from all the homeless, drug addicts, needles, and human fucking feces on the sidewalks? We fucking do. We are counting every damn trespass as they go, and this will not stand. We are done with these actual villains. We are unheard, unrepresented, overtaxed, overburdened, uncared for, and subjugated Californians. There's nobody here to save us but us. Gavin Newsom tried to field charges against President Trump for sending us the Marines and the National Guards to get the riots under control, to stem damages and loss of life, and get rid of the criminals. He's literally suing our president for protecting the people like his job entails him to do. When I heard that, it made my teeth clench so hard my ears started popping. And now people are fielding this Californian succession bullshit. And that's what it is, bullshit. You see, we've been trying to succeed from the freaks for a long time. We want to be the state of Jefferson, North California. We don't want anything to do with the freakish city scum. These weak little punks are not going to do shit. They can do nothing. And if they do, the real Californians will stop delivering their food and supplying them with power and water and everything. They don't represent any one of the majority conservatives in this state. Wars have indeed been fought over just the same thing. Taxation without representation. Blood spilled here on this land. They are in some kind of freakish cult, these people. We don't want them in our state. And I would assume to wager that most of us nationwide don't want them anywhere. Because everywhere they go turns to suck. We hate these people. We never asked to take care of these emotional city toddler people who cannot cope with being human and cannot survive unless they literally grow these cities like tumors in an otherwise serene and beautiful state. They live like parasites. They're like our tapeworms. We don't want them anymore. See, the beauty of this state and her people is what draws these human tapeworms. You see it wherever these attributes are. They flock there like metastasizing cancer cells instead of a clump that grows into another gross, gray, polluted, spiteful snart tumor that becomes a city of nihilistic vice and freakishness. This is the socialist, the Marxist, the communist, and it is out of the rule book of subjugation of people. Just read. Do some study. You should know who the people are that want to trap your mind, trap your people, and destroy your culture. And these days, it seems like they are our chief export. Aside from these homeless families and disgusting pedophiles that use the cloistered cities to hide from people like me. Now, I do not recommend you ever trust a Californian, because I would rather die than allow my fine moral code and dignity to be the hole in your armor that some fucking scumbag liberal rodent could slip through and do whatever foul, heinous shit they can get away with to your family or your community. But I need people to know that actual Californians are not complicit and have been trying to recall and fire these freakish liberal witches and their slimy snake oil boy Gavin. But they cheat and hide deep, deep within their cities behind men with guns while they try to take our Second Amendment rights from us for what we all know they want to do with their high-heeled jack boots once we can't return fire. That's the only way they'd ever get brave enough to do it. That's why they go after it so fervently. If this state ever tries any shifty, flaky California, stereotypical, treasonous, liberal bullshit, if there's even a whiff of that, we are going to shut that shit down. Like I said, no power, no water, no food. And we will welcome any force in who wants to come and take these ridiculous pedo freaks off of our hands before we spit roast them live on TV. They have pushed us too far for too long, and none of our pleas for ration or mercy or anything ever seems to be heard. It is as if they think we are here to suffer them. California is a powder keg at the moment, and the rodents have become far too fat and complacent to see it. This state is in peril. By my oath, I swear this.